So as per of yesterday, so we have discussed about the aggregate functions, right? Okay. So what are the aggregate functions available in SQL? Count, mean, max. What are that? Other average and sum. Any other thing? Count, mean, max, average, sum, right? Only five. So these are the things like we these aggregate functions. If you want to perform aggregate function on any table, right? So we go for the group by, right? So what is group by? So we are clubbing the same, like the same values, like the same particular group, right? So suppose there is an employee ID 101. So with that particular employee ID data, we are going to gather in a one group and we are doing some aggregations, whatever the aggregations we require, right? So count, minimum value or maximum value, average value of the particular employees, okay, or some of the fabrics for the table. So in this case, so we go with the group by, like sometimes like cities average salary. So there is a column like a country, somewhere like it is a city column is there. So if you want to get the average salary of the city, okay, so then we go by the group by of the city column. So something like that, we will go with the group by. So when you go with the group by, so the data, like fetching the data from the table, right? So it is like it is when you are searching for a specific group, right? Suppose you are searching for the Hyderabad group. So when the data is filtering for the Hyderabad group, so once the city is mismatched, right? So when it is coming to the other group, so where we are using like some filters or something like that, right? So the execution of the other group for the counting or the average or the minimum value or maximum value, the execution will be stopped. That is how the it is improve the performance of the query, right? Got it? Okay. So also we have seen about the order by, right? Before the order by, we have seen about having, right? So as I said one task, right? What is the difference between where and having? Where and having, what is the difference between where and having? Anyone can tell me? Have you gone through this? No, right?
Yeah, having is for only group.
Okay, fine.
Where is
Where?
for a single record, like where we don't have any group kind.
We can like single record that is that means like so you are going to prove by, so you have to use the having that you want to say. Even see, whenever you go the group by, we can use the where class. That is the that we will see today, like how the sequence we have to use where group by having order by. That is fine. See, thing is that see whenever you go the group by, right? So having is recommended because so we have a groups. Suppose just like yesterday I said, right? So this is the table, okay, and we have a records of employee ID and the city. Okay. And employee ID is equal 101 and city is equal Hyderabad. Okay, 102 and 103. Okay. And city is called Bangalore. Okay, and 104. And this is what Pune. Okay. And 106, 105. It is also Hyderabad. So whenever you are grouping on the city, right? So the data will be grouped like this. So this is one group, and this is one group, and this is other group. So this is Hyderabad, and this is Pune, or this is Bangalore, something like that. Okay. Okay. So whenever you are using having, right? So after the group by having will come, right? This having is equal city is equal Hyderabad. Okay. And you are searching for the average of salary, something like that. Average of salary, and you're searching for the having city. So whenever it is going to calculate, right? The execution, so the execution will be focused on this group only. Whenever it is going to be in the next group, right, the execution will be stopped. Okay, so whenever the mismatch of the next group, mismatch of the city, Pune or Bangalore, right? So it will not be, it will be going to be execution. It will going to start the execution. Suppose this table has something like 10,000 records, as I said, and for Hyderabad, only two records are there. Okay, and so you are using having, that means it is search for the only this here two records, and here like suppose 10 records, but out of 10, the first record will be the Pune city, right? So these two records, it will going to calculate these two records. Okay. Whenever the city is changed for this first record, right? First record. So execution will be stop. So stop. So then that it will calculate for the only two records whenever you are going to use the have. But where it comes to where, right? Where will not work on these groups because groups will not create, right? Where will not work on these groups, it will work on this entire 10,000 records, and it will do the calculation. So that is how, like, entire for two records, if you are searching for the 10,000 records is a huge performance issue, right? So that is how, of course, if it is not group by, right? So that is the different thing. It is not the group by, you have to use the where class because there is no groups, right? So each record going to be calculated. Each record going to be calculated, or each record going to be search. So that is how, so whenever you go the group by rights, it's always recommended to use having because it improve the performance of select query is when compared to the where class. Got it? Any doubts here? Okay, so having will perform the on the groups, but when it comes to where it perform the filters, whatever the filters you are doing, right? That is entire records, entire data. So the groups will not be done before the where class, right? Got it? So this is how we go with the group by having and order. Order by is nothing but we are going to arrange the records in a sorting order. Okay. The sorting order will be ascending or descending. So default sorting order is the ascending order. Okay. And if you want to fetch it, okay, fine. Is ASC, ASC something that is fine. Okay, so ASC, okay, and DESC. So you can't you don't need to mention this ASC or something, right? So it will be going to be like directly. So you don't need to worry about that ASC or something. Like it's by default, it is going to be ascending order. And the sorting order will be the descending order if you want to go with the descending order, right? So you have to mention how the descending order should be played. Okay, that is how sorting will be. Fine. Group by, having, ordered by, and sorting. And also min max we have seen, right? What the syntax of the min max, right? So select count of star is nothing but it is the we are getting the entire record count of an employee table. Okay, so this is very important. Like so, you see everywhere. Like as I see, like we have seen, right? What is the ETL flow? What is the ETL flow? How the data will be loaded into the data warehouse? This is a source, right? From source to staging will be data loaded. Yes, source, staging, and target, right? So from source to staging and staging to target. So the why the count is important, right? So whatever the records available in the source and the count of records, right? Count of records in a source should be matched with the count of records in a target. Of course, if there is a transformation rules, of course that should apply, and then we are going to do the count of records. Okay, we are going to do some manipulations in the query level so we can get the count of records. Okay, here also count of records. So we are very focused on this count of records. Suppose it here we have a 10 records and the 10 records is moved to here. Of course, if there is a from staging to target, if there is a, some manipulation, so we are getting the 5 records, that is fine. But instead of 5, if we are getting the 15 records here, so there will be some duplication or some extra records are loaded into the target, right? So by getting the count only, we can assume that something is wrong in our flow, right? So it is the one of the validation, one of the verification we do in the process of ETL process by getting the count of record from the each level of the database, whether it is source, whether it is staging, whether it is target. So count is also very important, and these are the very important thing. Minimum, maximum values also is very important thing because sometimes the create date. So data will be loaded into the day by day, right? So suppose this is here today is 30, yesterday is 29 and 28. So if you want to get the latest record, latest today what is the data is loaded if you want to get these things. So you go with the max update, right? Max update. That is the important. And what is the day zero load? Then you go with the minimum update, min update, right? So like this, these aggregate functions are very important in a ETL flow to validate. So you have to validate like what is the latest date and what is creation date of the record, something like that. Okay, that is how these aggregate functions are going to be used while writing a query in a ETL process. Got it? So now today we are going to use some general comparisons. General comparisons. Okay. So general comparison operators. What are the operators generally we have, right? So it is less than, greater than, less than or equal, greater than or equal. These are all comes with the way class. Okay. These are all comes with way class, and you can also use in a having class as well. Okay. Greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Okay. And also not equal to. This is the not equal symbol. Okay. So these symbols, so how we are going to use in a SQL queries that we see. So not equal, equal. Also we have a equal symbol. So less than is something like that. So when we go with the numbers, right? So for the numbers, we go with these symbols. So whenever you are going to work with the numbers, right? So that time we are going to use this operators. Okay, general comparison operators we can say. Okay, so I'm just writing the select from EMP2. Okay, so we execute this one. Data is there. And I want to print where the salary greater than 20. Okay. EMP2 where salary greater than 20. What is that? Anyone can
Attribute
say?
name salary, not sal.
Yes. That is the word. Like just throwing error of the column name is mismatch. This is how we go with the greater than operator. Okay. And the same thing, if I want to do on a end date, yeah, okay. If I want to go with the end date, where the cell is where the record is greater than of the 31st here, we have a date set 21, 31st. This is the date I will take. So I'm going to write like 31st 03. Will it work? Will it work? See, dates always comes with the quotes. Okay.
No.
Why it is not work?
Greater than 31st is not, it won't be available, right?
That is fine. Data is there or not there. That is the fact. That is the other thing, right? So whether this query will work or whether this query will go into execute or not.
Mhm.
Okay, for your say, sorry,
Format should be year and month and date, right?
exactly right. So the database follows this format, right? We'll see whether it is going to be converted by whatever the error we are getting. And even you said, right? So this is a 2021 data and we have 2022 data. So there is a data available for greater than this. Okay, so we'll see. What is the error? The conversion of the varchar data type to date time data type resulted in an out of range value. That means, so it is taking as a varchar. Okay, the format whichever the database is following, that is the different format. So, but we have given the different format. That is why it is taking like it's a varchar. So it is not going to be convert this value. Okay, to convert this value, we have a different functions that we will see. But here you can write like this. Something, just copy this thing and paste here. See, that is how the dates, when you are dealing with the dates, right? So you have to very much focus on the format of the date, how you are writing. Okay. So otherwise, if you are sometimes like see, uh, let's see something like this. Whether say we will work on this format of, there is a lot of formats, right? Yeah, it is also work. So there is a lot of formats available in the date, right? So DDMMYY or MMDDYY or MO DDMMYY, something like that, MON. So there is a lot of formats. So based on that formats, we can filter. But according to the database, there is a two or three formats it is going to be follow. So mostly we can search for the fund date and the format we can select, and that format only you have to verify in this thing. Okay. And same thing like here, if you want to use the greater than or equal, right? So what is that data? See. So these general functions, right? General comparison functions, you can use on the dates as well and as the numbers. Okay. And coming to the less than, see, less than of the 31st 03 2021 will be the two records. Okay. And also what I said, like not equal, right? Not equal. This not equal function, not equal comparison, also we can use like this as well. Okay, this is also a not equal. Got it? So 31st 03 31st is there? No, right? Got it? These are the not equal symbol. And the other thing is, so finally we are going with the equal only, right? So equal is nothing but, so whenever these general comparison operators, right, it's only deals with the numbers, and we are this equal operator only will deal with the string value, equal or not equal, right? So, but other values like greater than, less than or equal to, these are things with the data, like date and the numbers. Okay, suppose if you want to get the where EMP name, EMP name is something like Naren, right? So we can go with the filter in this thing. See, whatever the data. So equal and not equal, you can also use here for the string values. Okay, and we can see whether this going to be work or not. Yes, it is going to be work. So these operators only we can use. So suppose if you want to use greater than, what will be happening? We'll see. Oh, this is also working. Maybe it is converting into the binary, right? So that binary value is going to be greater than this value, right? But the result is like not correct, right? Greater than of and what you think, like what will be the results will become, right? So we don't need. So greater than of means we have something, it is going to be calculate something like in a binary value. Based on that binary value, it is going to give a greater than or equal. So if you give the greater than equal, what will be results? See, it is coming the naren as well as the this value. So whatever it is converting into the binary value, right? That value is going to be compared with this operator. But it is not an incorrect results. It is going to be confused. So don't use this greater than or greater than less than something like that. Okay. So only equal operator, not equal operator will be work with these strings. Right? These are the general comparison operators. Okay. And other comparison operators also there. Okay. Other comparison operators also there. Those are the between, like, and what is our process? In, between, and null. Okay. In also there and null. Okay. So with the way class, we can use the between, like, in, and null operators. What is the between? Suppose if you want to get the data in between, suppose like 2021, suppose this 28 09 2023 to 30/09/2023. Okay, if you want to get the data between these states, so we go with the between operator. Okay, in way class, if you want to get the data between these dates, right? So you go with this between operator. Okay, how this how can we write a query for this? Simple. Select star from EMP. Again, we are using way class. Remember, way class is where with the all operators, comparison operators, we go with the way class only. Okay. Here, way class, the syntax will be like between, okay, and the dates. This is the date, right? So the format will be like 02/09/2023, okay, and 30/09/2023. Okay, and you have to mention this course. Okay, like this. Otherwise, you will get confused, right? So I will use this format only, whatever the format it is following. This format only I will use. Okay, something like 2022 or 2023. Fine. This is how the between operator will be used here, where What is that? Ended, right? Ended, ended between 2021, 03, 2022, and between the 21st, 31st, sorry, 31st. This is how the between operator is going to be used between, by using the where class. What is like? Okay, somewhere like in a table, you have a data like you know that something like NA or E or something. It is starting with the NA. Okay, or in the middle of the name there is a R. Okay, something this word you know, but you want to get the data, entire data where it is available. Okay, suppose it is the thing is right. Naren@gmail.com. Actually, this is the word. So you want to search where is the Gmail is available. There is other mails also. There is a Naren address Yahoo mail.com. Something like this. Okay. Here you want to get only where it is available in a Gmail in the middle of the table, the data. So that data, if you want to get searches, if you want to get this data, that is what, like suppose in case also, suppose that the policy number, okay, the policy number, there is a policies where it starts with PHBs or something like that. Okay, so these policy numbers only you want to get. So in this case, like operator is going to be work. Okay, how we are going to write that query? So then select star from, okay, EMP or something like that, EMP, okay, where, okay, what is that thing? That is a mail like Gmail or something. Gmail column name, okay, that is the column name we are using here. Gmail like it is comes with the first two quotes, okay. Then after that, this percentage symbol and Gmail and then percentage symbol. So if you are giving the between the two percentage symbols, the word, so it is searching for in the middle of the name. Okay, wherever the entire name is there, right? So in the middle of the name, if the Gmail is there, right? So that data will be print. Okay. In case of this policy number, right? In case of this policy number, if you want to search like this, what is that? This is a policy number like it starts with the PH, right? Start with the PHBZ. So what I'm doing like this PH. Got it? Any doubts? So like this, so if it is going to be end with the PHBZ, something like that. Okay, then you have to write the query like select star from EMP where what is that? Policy number like the starting will be percentage symbol, then PHBZ. In the end of the day, in the end of the word or end of the number, right? So the PHBZ is there. So in that case, so we are going to enter like this. But like this, the like operator is going to get the data where this kind of data is available. Clear? Okay. Just like that, if you want to see in the database, right? So see such data. We will see in the SQL developer. There will be much data. Have you installed SQL developer or MS SQL? Let's start practicing on this thing. Okay. So this is already connected, right? So we have seen that play. Okay, select start from EMP. This table is already there. Right? See, we have a lot of data. So if you want to get the data, right? So select start from EMP where high rate between, okay, high rate between 17, 12, 1980. See here the database allowing the format like DD, MON, YY, right? That is the format, right? But I'm using the different format. We'll see whether it is going to work. And also the codes are very important for the date, okay? And I'm just giving you one, I'm just giving one more date that is called as 28th September, right? September is 09, okay? And 1981. We'll see whether it is going to work. See, not a valid month. That means the database allowing the, so this is the month or something like it's taking something like that is from this format. Okay. So what I do is like I will write December here and I will like is September, right? So it's right. It is working fine. Even if you give the complete year name also, it is working fine. But when it comes to the number, it is not taking for the month. Okay, that is how the database. And same thing, if you go with the like operator, so from EMP where, okay, and suppose what is the data? Suppose job name, okay, job name is a sales. I want to print where I don't know like whether it is a salesman or something like that. I want to print where the job like sales starts with the sales percentage. Okay, we'll see whatever the data is available starts with the sales, right? Those data will be coming. No, SALES, correct, right? We'll see whether it is starting or whether it is taking starting word or not. We'll see with the percentage. Why it is not coming. So this is taking it in the entire name. Maybe it should come right. Right. Maybe something is wrong with the spelling. Is that so? SALES. That is correct, right? Why it is not coming there? See, this is for that. This is done, right? This will done 3. In the same way, when I'm searching for alias, is using for the cases too. I don't think so. We'll see in the MS SQL how it's performing. Okay. So let's start from EMP with EMP name. Okay, those are all in the small letters, right? I will give the capital letters. EMP name, like operator. Okay, and where it starts with the ENA percentage. Okay, we'll see whether data will come or not. No, if I give the NA. So it is finding for the capital or small letter something like that. It is also not coming. Yeah, it's like employee 2, right? The data is available in employee 2. No data in employee. Right? NA. And if I give the capital NA, what will be the data? We'll see. Yes, it is coming. So maybe the difference between the database here, it is ignoring the case value, case HTML. But in a database of SQL, right? Yeah, sorry, in a Oracle, it is not going to be ignore this sales. Okay. So if you give the capital letters only, then that is finding the data. Otherwise, it is not finding. See. So that is some difference. Okay. So just be careful on using the databases, how it is going to be performed. Okay. So that is why we are practicing on the both the things like Oracle and as well as MS SQL. So there is some differences between the database implementation. Okay, that is fine. Like we can search with the well, if you are not getting data, so you can search with one, take some simple data and you can search with that like this, just like this. Okay. So this is like, and if you want to find out the end of the word, if there is any sales or something, so you can go like this. It is anyhow, it is not displaying the value, right? Suppose I want to get in the last name and sales data should be n with n jobs data. These are the data which was ending with n value. Like this, you can print by using the like operator, right? So like operator is there, and what is the other one? In operator. So what is the use, like just like till now we have seen with the like wherever you are searching for the suppose select star from EMP if you want to find a single employee, right? So where employee number employee ID equal to 101 something like that. You are going with the only single employee. Okay. So if you want to deal with the multiple values like 102, 103, so will it work? 103, 103 like this, will it work? We'll see.
No.
No, right? So it will, what is the error it is going to throw? We will see. Okay. Where employee ID is going to 102, 101, 105 something like this. Okay, so we'll see what is the error in the code. Incorrect syntax near comma. Okay, I won't give this comma. We'll see what is the error. I'm giving the spaces. Incorrect syntax near 101. Okay, so I'm going to give like this. It is taking a complete number, right? It's taking as complete number so that the value will not be come. In this case, so if you want to use multiple values, right, in operator will work. You're going to use in operator and commas here, and in the bracket you have to put the in operators. See whatever the data is available for this employee IDs, that is good. So in case of you are going to use if you are going to filter multiple values, right, we are going with the in operator. So not only these numbers, we can go with also strings. So I'm taking this Raju. Okay. And Naren. Okay. So what is the error? Invalid color name Naren Raju. What is this error? Why the error is coming? Tell me.
Employee ID is not with the name, right?
Okay, fine. I'm going to give this employee ID correct. That's my mistake. Fine. Again, I'm going to execute it. Again, it's showing the invalid column name. Why?
It should be in quotes.
Yeah. So strings always it should be in quotes. So I'm telling from starting onwards, right? So string should be always in quotes. Then only it will recognize, right? So whether it is a string or a character, yeah, how it can be, it is always taking like it's a column name,
Yes.
right? So that is the issue. See, now we got it, right? So even you can work with the dates as well. You can work with the dates, start date, end date, in operator. So you can use multiple in operators. Okay. So, but generally, but dates we never going to use the in operator because so how the dates will be like between operators will be very useful to print the data in between the dates. Okay. So instead of using in operator, right, for dates, always use the between operator so that you can get the exact results. Got it? So this is how the in operator will work. So in case of null values, right? In case of null values, how we are going to print? There is a null value. See, implied is also null there. Okay. So with for this null values, how we are going to work with that? There is a operator called as null. Okay. How? In a way class, the operator called as a null. Okay. That is how select star from EMP2 where say always recommended to you write a query like this. First, select star from table, then after that, whatever the condition you are going to hear, and also here group by and also order by like this you have to write. So whatever the next clause you are using here, that is in the next step means you will have a clear picture on writing a queries. Okay, where employee ID is see is null will be the operator set is the operator one more operator where it is going to be find the null values of the particular column. Okay, see, null values is going to be print. Okay, I don't want to print the not null values. Sorry, I want to print the not null values where there is a no null value, right? So it is very important in this process, right? In the ETL process. So you should have to find whether all the null values are there. Suppose here instead of the 15, right, we are getting the data of the so here we are getting the data of the 5 records. What is happening in this process from source to staging? There is a they are eliminated the null values. They don't want the null values in this process. Okay, so that we got the record count of 5. But we should also know whether it has the null values or not in the source level. That is how this is null value. So is null also getting a while verifying or validating the data, null getting the null values, how many records are there for the null values. That is also very important thing. Generally, the employee ID should not be null. So because we didn't while creating this table, right, we didn't make it as a not null so that it is allowed the null value. We didn't make it as a primary key that so that it is allowed the null value. That is why employee ID has a null value. Got it? So if you want to get no other than the null values, right? So just you have to use the is not sorry is not null is the operator. Not is also one operator. Okay, not null you can use here. So whatever the wherever the implied is not null there. So those data will be print. Okay, so when you are getting the data of the null values, so by you want to get the null values, so you go with the is null, and if you don't want to get the not null values, so there is a is not null is the thing you have to use for the getting the data of the not null values. Got it? Okay, these are the between, like, and in and null operators. Okay, just practice on these operators and other operators also. Fine. And other operators and or not. Not we just have seen, right? Logical conditions. These are called as logical conditions. Okay. Next thing is logical conditions. Okay. Logical conditions are and or not, we have seen, right? Not we have seen just now. Okay, not is null. I even not equal something like that will come. Okay. So not is just we have seen and an or operator. So where this is and or will become, right? So and will always, if the two conditions, if the two conditions are true, right? Then only it will print the value. Okay, it will give the true value. If the two condition, from the two condition, if one is fail, one is not false, no, one is false and one is true, then it will not give us the value. And is something like that, right? In Telugu, you can say like this and this, right? So that is how, like, if the both conditions are satisfying, only the records will come. Okay. When it comes to R, right?